Okay,
Okay,
Mike.
on behalf of Anne and myself and the rest of us in Lanterra, I'd like to welcome you to another of our ongoing Lanterra VIP Platinum Agents series. And I'm welcoming PK and Saurabh to uh, join with us in a very special presentation. Now, PK and your family have been our lead sellers for as many years as I could imagine. And throughout the piece, you haven't just been selling condos for us, but you've also become very good friends. And we've learned a lot about your family. And quite frankly, I'm saying this as a personal note, and I'm sure Anne will join in, a lot of the Indian culture. We actually were invited with you. And one day, we hope one day to be actually go visit India with you, because that would be a very fascinating experience. So again, on behalf of all of us in Lanterra, we just cherish our friendship. We cherish our business relationship. And we're here today to do a number of things. So first of all, we're at the end of 2020, and we'd like to talk a little bit about how you see the market. We'd like to talk a little bit about some of the projects that you've been actively selling, and then do a bit of a look back on all of the great relationships that we've had. So Anne, I'm just sort of sitting here talking, but you're the person who actually mans the, the trenches, and have been doing most of the work and dealing with PK and their clients. And I would say that there are, like, by now hundreds and hundreds and I don't even know like what we're up to already, but
Well,
you're like
PK,
well over,
your
you're
first
close to your 200 million by now, right?
Yeah, well, your first sale, PK, was March 2009 at
Yes,
ICE Condos. That was your
I
very
started from
first
there. Yeah.
sale.
Yeah.
And since then, you are now getting, when I mentioned a while ago about somebody's hitting the 150 million club, that is you two together as a
Wow.
family and as a group. You are the ones that are reaching that
Thank
target
you.
right now. So
All your help, I know it is great, Lanterra's help. My wife, actually, Asha, always asks me almost twice a week, how many you sold this week of Lanterra? And she's just asking me, how many you sold Lanterra? She takes Lanterra as a family, as a family. Oh my God, I never saw her involved anywhere else, any other builder, but Lanterra. Not even she takes it as a builder, but as a family.
I
So I
think
have to.
more families involved when it comes to Lanterra for sure. Yeah.
Okay, now you're like firmly in the next generation, because Sarab's doing just as good as you, PK.
Actually, he's a great help. I started skyrocketing after he joined me. Actually, he joined me in 2009.
that's very nice.
I started ICE when I started selling ICE. It was him who was helping me in all these modern techniques. I know nothing about these things, to be honest. So he is helping me for all these things. And you know what? One thing I want to tell you, that he's the person, Saurabh, and my wife, who always push me and make targets for me. I'll give you one small example. I send an email to Anne in the morning. My maximum sale in one project of Lanterra was Treviso, where I sold 67 units. Now, my wife and Saurabh, they're after me, and they set a target of 100 units in Notting Hill. So 100 units. So I sold 65,
You're getting there.
67. But I'm telling them, I'm giving them excuses. Suppose if they don't have more units, then what? So he says, no, they have more units. They'll bring up more units. Be prepared. You have to touch a target of 100 units in Notting Hill, one project.
Wow.
This is how we work.
That's great. That's great. I didn't know Saurabh pushed you that hard, because he's so gentle and soft all the time. Like, so.
No, and he's very tough. When he's sitting on me on a business table, he's very tough.
Well, you know what? I love Asha. So I was going to say, how did your year go for 2020?
2020, And it is again an achievement for Team Sabharwal for us. And I broke my previous record of sales in 2020, and my highest record was 3 years ago in sales, which I broke on 3rd of September. I broke that record in 2020. So that means my 12 months sale I completed in 9 months in 2020. So although this year is not very good for whole of the world because of pandemic, but for sales point of view, this is my best year.
Wow.
It's been a very busy year for sure.
As I said,
You so like we got to give you a new COVID Crusher Award. So I got to tell you, PK, and seriously, the thing that astounds me the most, and we've had many conversations, you know, it's not like, you know, you open up a bakery and you sell breads. Like you sell in condos, the amount of expertise is incredible. And the amount of condos that you sell reflects that expertise. So Anne and I work on these projects and we do the layouts, and you know, we regularly, even today, I send her something from Instagram about another condo, not us, to study what they've been doing. We do a lot of that work, right? The amount of work we put into a condo is incredible. And then what we find is we go to the market and we show it to you guys, and like in 5 minutes, you understand these buildings better than I do. One of the reasons we do very well, you know, I think we do very well, is because we consult with you in terms of our layout design, in terms of pricing and the promotions. So we get a lot of guidance from you. And that is, I think, a bit part of the secret of success that we have working together. But I'm in awe of the fact that you understand so well what makes a good unit, the layouts, perfectly efficient, the amenities, you know, whether it's the common expense like everything. And I remember even the conversations we've had, PK, about stuff like HST and how that works in, and just those little nuances, you know, when you have these pressure tests, you know, the stress tests with the interest rates, and how does that affect the market? That's a very sophisticated thing, and you guys are like literally on top of the mound when it comes to really understanding it, because your clients, I'm sure you have many repeat clients, they feel confident that when you tell somebody, you know, I've worked with this developer, we've developed buildings, everybody that I sold to, by the time they got their key, you know, their equity went up. That's how you make sales, right? So we tip our hats to you. And
So
I
I have a question.
you pick it up, but it's amazing. Sorry, and
So I have a question then, like Saurabh, for example, because of COVID, do you think in regards to layouts and sizes, do you think anything's changing going forward?
I mean, it's definitely something that people are very well aware of. You know, they're looking into it, but the fact remains that, you know, it's not going to be inexpensive living in a place like downtown. So, I mean, if you want to live in downtown, if you want to live in a posh area, you have to pay the price. So, I mean, it's wishful thinking saying, well, I want to live downtown, I don't want to pay this much. And pandemic, I think, is very temporary. Vaccines are already on the way, and it's not going to last forever, obviously. So once it does, you know, the market does bounce back, it's going to bounce back very hard. But getting back to the question, people are thinking about it. But then again, like places like downtown, they're not going to go down in prices like permanently. It's a slight hiccup, but it's definitely going to bounce back. But yes, you have to pay the price for the location.
What about size of units?
Size of units, I mean, people have looked into bigger units. You know, they're moving more towards, for example, I had a listing that took a little longer to sell than it should have because it didn't have any windows. So being in pandemic, people, even though they're staying home, they would still like to use the balcony to at least get out, sort of a thing. So I mean that sort of a scenario, that sort of a concern has been raised. You know, it's even with condos currently on the market, it is something people are looking into a lot more now with open eyes.
What's your sweet spot for your end price in absolute terms for a good downtown location, nice condo?
I would say you're asking, Saurabh?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So suite size, right? If it is downtown, I would prefer something smallest up to 600,000 for investors in our community. But if it is outside downtown, like your Notting Hill, yeah, I may go up to 1,000. My investors can go up to 1,000. But the good thing about Lanterra products is why I'm able to sell so much Lanterra, because you know much more about the market than anybody else. Because you know you have something for everyone, like Notting Hill, Rodeo, then 31 Parliament, then the highest group, Scholar. You have something for everyone. That makes my job so easy. That all type of investors, I can tell you, okay, your capacity this much, go for Notting Hill. Your high end, go for Scholar. So you have a good, I would say, variety of products which I am able to sell. With some of the builders, respectfully, they're very nice. They have one project, they come up with one project, second is almost same, third phase almost same. So it makes me difficult, our job difficult to contact all type of clients. So as I said, today also we signed two products, one Notting Hill, one 31 Parliament. Both were very different. One was ready to pay 1 million and more. One was not ready to pay more than 700. We sold both the products, one each. So we had something to tell them, something to show them, yes, we have your kind of product. And also the best thing, I'm just talking, I'm not, you say, making you happy by saying so, but it is a fact. I get reply from your company within 5 minutes. That makes my job so easy, so comfortable, that my clients are so impressed. PK, I asked you and you gave me reply in 10 minutes. And that also not me. I got reply like from Anne. And immediately.
Yes, Anne's doing. I can't take credit.
No, I would say Lanterra. You're all Lanterra. In 5 minutes, I get a reply and I can reply back to my client and they get so impressed. That makes my job easier and upselling those clients.
Yeah, so PK, you want to do me a favor, just for fun? Send Anne an email at 3 o'clock in the morning. She'll answer you in the same 10 minutes.
So like
she doesn't sleep.
Clients, they have 3 or 4 products from you, like Tea House, ICE, the Brit, 11 Wesley. They have 4 units in 4 buildings. Why? Because they have good experience in the first building. And the response, the best thing is if you sleep on it, they get afraid what's happening. But if they get a reply, they are very confident. So you find, and you must be knowing that many clients have 4 different units in different buildings of Lanterra. This is the reason, one of the big reasons. And you take care of them.
Thanks.
Thank you. You know, we try in each one of our buildings to be the standout building in its market. And we spend a lot of time, and we, unfortunately, well, for better or for worse, we over-design our buildings. We spend more on our buildings than we probably need to relative to our competitors. Like Treviso is a good example. We put a lot of money in Treviso and it shows. It's a beautiful, beautiful building. And all of our buildings are like that. I live in Bedford. I live in, you know, it's like our poster boy. So we're very proud of that. And listen, the fact that you're telling me that you think that, you know, going into 2021, the world's going to go back is something that's we really need to hear, because you guys know more about what's going on in the market than almost anybody.
What do you think price per square foot 2021 spring?
2021 spring, I know some people may not be happy with me, but I am looking into jump in price, condominium price, if I say, in downtown area, somewhere it will jump from 100 to 200, not downtown, I will take GTA, from 100 to $200 per square feet, it will jump in 2021. When I say this thing on my radio shows and TV shows, sometimes they are not happy. Let me give you one small example. 4 years ago, Barry Fenton and I had a radio show where the radio host asked us, what do you think the price will be in next 2 years? I told on radio, I'm expecting around $800 per square feet. In downtown, I was talking that time. It's pretty old time. And host was saying, no, it will not cross 750. And Barry Fenton, it is on record. I can send you the video recording if you want, or radio show. He said, no, nobody can stop $900 per square feet. I was thinking that I'm saying 800 is too much, but Barry said, no, 900. You'll be surprised. After 2 years, we were selling $1,000 plus in downtown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll send you that link, actually, the radio show, very famous. Then after that, people had commented on me when I say, and after that I said, now the downtown market will cross $1,100 per square feet. I was talking about the booking, not resale. Oh my God. To my surprise, it crossed $1,300 per square feet. So 2 weeks ago, I was telling on my radio show, TV show, it was live, that I'm expecting $100 to $200 per square feet jump in 2021. And that jump will be spread over the whole year. And people believe me. And I was very conservative, saying that $100 to $200 per square feet, very conservative. But I think, yes, it will be there. Nobody can stop it. People are moving towards condos. People are moving towards townhomes because affordability is a big issue now.
Very big issue. Yeah. No. Definitely 100, 200 bucks per square feet definitely has to go up.
Okay, well, let's spend a moment. This was very, very informative, and you know, for what it's worth, Barry's always more bullish than me, but I actually agree with you, especially because of the costs of replacing these condos. They're just very expensive, and there's going to be a lot of immigration, a lot of migration, I think, into the GTA kind of areas. Let's spin through a couple of our projects right now. I know you've been active and been very, very good, you know, for us in many sales. Glen Hill, which is, I think I mentioned this, and you know this is very personal to me. I'm going to actually be like moving into this building, but it's not our typical building, but it's very special in the sense that I don't know if there's another building in the city. It's selling for about $1,200 to $1,400. Very large units. The finishes are amazing. It's a very community-oriented building, and it has a 22-room hotel. We've done really well in COVID, given considering, and quite frankly,
We've
we
literally been,
sold probably, I don't know, like a third or almost close to half the building, and those sales were like between $2 to $4 million sales.
yeah,
It's
5
really
million.
incredible. But I think the prices will be going up very significantly once we pass that 50% mark. And we're going to have a shovel in the ground in April or so. And there's nothing like it. I spend more time on this building than almost any other building because it's so personal. I have 5 kids that live within a few blocks of here. And, you know, it is in a Jewish neighborhood, but it's not just because it's Jewish. It's near Yorkville. It's near the highways, it's near transit, it's near downtown. It's like perfectly located to get to almost anywhere you want to get to.
Yeah.
And we've been very gratified. So it's a real like sleeper in terms of what's on the market today, and we're very excited about it. It's has a beautiful park. You can see the park next to it. It's going to be really amazing, and the fact that there's a little boutique hotel is going to make it very special. But let's move to some of the other projects that I know you've been talking about for quite a bit. Keep on going, Karina. So stop for a moment for Scholar.
So PK, you bought a unit here at
Yeah,
Scholar.
1801 is my unit, and you know, this beautiful building. I'm just waiting for 2023 when I plan to move in there. It's beautiful, beautiful, very high end. And yeah, I have my own unit there.
So now you know that Santa Claus is moving in also, and he's going to be one of our celebrity guests. But aside from that, we are going to be releasing towards the end of January a new release of units, which we're redesigning, and they're absolutely amazing units. We're well under construction now. If you go by, COVID did delay our construction start because of the permitting. The city was really very difficult to deal with, but it's a building that at the end of the day, when we write our final Lanterra book, the first page will be the Scholar building, without doubt. And
there's nothing like it.
The prices are going to, as soon as the building's finished, the prices are going to go up more than a couple $100 a foot. So, and I know you've been a very big supporter with Scholar, and you know, you'll be going to get first crack at when those units get released. And I'm sure we'll give you a call as soon as we have something to show you, to give it to you. We're going to want your input in terms of our final touches to it, just to make sure they're priced right. They have exactly, you know, in terms of amenities and suite finishes, exactly what they need to be. You've been a great supporter, and we're really, really excited. Now that the building's under construction, it's going to now get the attention of a lot of real users, because they really wanted to see that happening.
Yeah.
So that's our Scholar. And I think we have some Notting Hill pictures as well. Karina? So Notting Hill, you've been a big supporter. You mentioned earlier in the webcast about Notting Hill. We actually, you know, we did this with Artist Alley too. We sold like a ton of units at Artist Alley, like in the $900 range, and now they're spinning around at $1,400. Like, could you imagine? I think the same thing's going to happen with Notting Hill, with the LRT. So we did a release, and we need to release a certain amount because, you know, like guys like PK, if we give them 2 units, they're not going to bother, right? So there's a practical reality. But now we sort of slowed down the sales. We're going to do a new release kind of in the spring, but that LRT is coming really fast. And there's going to be a stop right at your front door. And
it's going to be
really
underground.
excited about it.
Sorry, Saurabh?
It's going to be underground, right across from Notting Hill. Not even on.
Yeah, it's going to go underground, kind of a little bit to the west of Scarlet Road. And
do you have more another tower coming in Notting Hill? Another unit, more units coming?
Are we going to have more units?
We're going to release more units, but they're going to be more expensive because we
in the spring.
That's for sure. So,
but even at more expensive, they're not going to be as expensive as downtown.
Okay, sure.
And the units are very livable. Like they're large. You can see from our model suites in the sales office. So, you know, if you have a client who wants a place to live, won't take them more than 20 minutes to get downtown with the LRT, and doesn't want to pay downtown prices, you can't do better than Notting Hill. You know that. I don't have to sing to the converted, but that's what it's like.
Yeah.
So you know, you're going to be first in line with your clients once we do the release, and we'll try to be as gentle as we can. Things, you know, the construction costs are going up. You talked about the prices before, but there's one comment, I think I mentioned it even at the Santa Claus thing. I think it was Sam who posted on Instagram, like the breakdown of what, you know, the developer profit and the cost of land and whatnot on the end price. There is, you know, the profit margins right now are very thin for developers. I'm a developer, I could say that. He was really not wrong. And what that means is that the prices are real prices. There isn't fluff in the prices. So if Toronto, the GTA needs more condos because immigration or migration, prices are going to go up because there is no fluff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the only thing that, you know, the land price, look it up. I think it was Sam who posted it. It was like 15% land value and then the rest was hard costs, soft costs, government things, and there's no place for it to go down. Government's not going to reduce development charges. Hard costs aren't going down, and soft costs aren't going down. The only part of soft costs that went down a little bit was interest costs for a while, which saved a little bit the day, to compensate for the increase in construction costs and, quite frankly, COVID costs.
Right.
But prices cannot go down in Toronto. Like, they simply can't go down. The downtown overhang of empty condos because of people not being in universities will get filled up. I think Saurabh mentioned that before. And I think we're going to have an extremely strong, second half of 2021. I would like to sort of spend a few more minutes with a little bit of a look back of some of the things that we've done. That was pretty cool. We're at holiday season coming up, and we're all sitting home alone. And I think it pays to spend a few minutes to sort of spin down some memory lanes. We took our $100 million club to the Super Bowl. It was a year ago. Could you imagine? It was not even a year ago. I can't even imagine. So there you are, PK. It was a great trip. And we've done amazing trips. Switzerland, I remember. I think it was your anniversary, right? In Switzerland, we celebrated your anniversary.
Yes.
What else do you have, Karina?
The
We got the
Royal Ascot.
That's the Royal Ascot, right?
Yes, that's called, London. Beautiful. That was one of the best trip.
St. Martin.
One of the best trip Royal Ascot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have never gone there without your help. That was you who took us there. My wife was telling, oh, it was such a great experience, Royal Ascot. Yeah.
So are you going to join us in the North Pole? I don't know. It's getting harder and harder to do these things. But look at that. Brings back memories.
San Martin was so much fun. Yeah.
Oh, that was the Miami trip.
Yes. Wow.
Right. So we split you up. Aisha was anyway.
One of the best things always to look forward to is where we're going and when are we going.
With whom we are going. The best thing is you always accompany us. That is great. And informal things, sitting on the beach, sitting in the pool, having dinner together. No, nothing that builder or agents. It is family, family, family. That is the best thing about you guys. When we go there, we were playing that rope thing in Miami, pulling rope. Everybody was there, and all those exercises. What do you call push-ups and all those things? I saw you. You were so good in the push-ups. Oh my God! I never imagined you could do so many push-ups. Mark, you were doing regular.
Trying.
And now he's biking.
Anyway, we would like to, in conclusion, just tell you again how much we cherish our relationship.
Thank you.
And I got to tell you, one of the things I really like, and if I may say so, is Toronto is blessed with having, coming together from all parts of the world. We learned a lot from you from India. We're following, because of that, what's happening with India, and I'm sure you're following what's happening in Israel and in America, and whatnot. And it's one of these unique places on the world where we share our cultures together. Yeah. We do, events with Indian food and kosher food and music and dancing and we celebrate each other. And that's one of the very special things. We feel that in Toronto, but we feel it more than any place else in the real estate agent community. And we thank you for it.
Yeah. And I want to say I've watched you work with your clients and how much each client means to you. Like when you're going to do a sale, you're taking care of them like they're your best friend. Like, you don't just do a sale. You literally make everybody part of your own life, and you really take care of them, because I see you on the floor and how you are, and you always want to introduce them, you know, to us. You give them such high respect, and you really take care of them, and so they probably have done extremely well with you, and I'm sure you even have long friendships from it.
Thank you. What our policy here is, when it is a lifelong relations and lifelong services. Usually what happens when you sell something, you sleep on it. No. When we sell something, our services start from that day. When we sell something to our client, it is a lifelong services. We don't charge anything, even if it is there's something, there is a problem with them with some CRA, my accountant will help them. If there is a problem with something legalities, my lawyer will help them. 24 hours hotline. My clients have tried, because if my client is in Singapore, he calls at 2 o'clock daytime, here is 2 o'clock night. I pick up the phone within 3 bells. And I always challenge, it is very famous saying, if I don't pick up your phone within 3 bells, don't deal with me. I don't deserve to be your agent.
Wow.
I have to pick up within 3 bells. Even if I'm talking to somebody else, I'll just tell them, please hold on, let me see. I'll tell them, okay, let me call you back in 15 minutes. But I have to pick up the phone. So they feel very confident that this is the guy where is their lifelong relations, and they can depend on us for the services whole of their life. So our services start once the deal is signed. And that is, I think, one of the thing where the agents, they believe us. And number two, always we have to know what we are selling. We have to know. Sometimes when I train my agents in my office, I take their exam. Tell me about this project. Tell me how many units are there, how many models are there. So if you don't know anything, how can you sell something? Yeah. So you have to have knowledge about the project. If somebody tells me that, okay, what about Salem in Notting Hill? I'll tell them, okay, buy Salem because it is in the courtyard, it is in the podium, and on the right side, when you see from the Salem facing west, you will see the park. So without looking, if I tell them this thing, it is sold. It is sold. No more time. Because if I don't know anything about my product, I can't sell it. You have to sell yourself to sell a product.
Yeah.
So that's our policy, and I think it's giving us good results.
So just let everyone know that the name of the company, your brokerage.
So our brokerage is called New Gen Realty Experts, and the team is my father and I, PK Sabharwal and Saurabh Sabharwal, and we do a lot of pre-construction. And then one of the builders we absolutely love dealing with is Lanterra Developments. No question about it. We believe in you guys so much that we try to invest ourselves in that project. Like we have 2 units in Notting Hill ourselves. I was actually talking to my wife. We might move into our Notting Hill unit when it comes up. We don't know. We'll see where life takes us. But we believe in you guys so much that without any second or third thought, we were like, well, hey, it's a great deal. Why not get something? And then we've invested in projects, and it's been one of the best things we've done. So
very strange thing. In Notting Hill, we have 2 units. One Saurabh bought on the tower, and my, I remember the number 506 is my unit, but I don't know which number is yours. So which one?
So guys, God bless. My best to Aisha, your family, stay safe. And we looking forward to a really robust 2021.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Anne. Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.